Hi, I'm back from my trip and I've got to get back into this again and I've got to pick it up again but also I've been watching a few YouTubes and looking at my own, and my own are kind of boring, and there's plenty of people out there make beautiful YouTubes and I don't. It doesn't appear to. But I do want to get this done. I do want to record the process because I've got in my mind there might be somebody out there that's got basic skills and I've got basic skills, but just want to see how you go about doing something like this, because I had a bit of a vision, but that vision only went to as far as what we're up to now. And then I go on my trip, and after that, it's starting to get technical now, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm doing it, and I'll get there, no issue. But I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never done anything like this before, which is why I enjoy it. So I'm going to pick this up again, and I'm going to try and speed it up in my videos, just to maybe that will make them better. Don't know. As a friend said, what do you got to work with? Not much. Anyway, so this video is going to be kind of all over the place because I played with this before I went. That was 3 or 4 months ago. So it's kind of going to be a little bit back to front, and I'll sort of edit it at the end. But basically, I've got these pop-off valves, and my theory is that as I'll say later on, if this thing sneezes, it's going to blow off. And I bought a big pop-off valve, like you see on cars, and it's bigger than a bloody hole that goes from here to there. So I can't use it. I don't think I can use it. So I've got to downscale everything, and I could possibly get something if I'm prepared to pay a lot of money, but I'm not prepared to pay a lot of money. So I sort of picked these up off eBay, off various things, $20, $5, and just make do. So as you see, I've calibrated this, so I've got to figure out where to put it. And I'm thinking that and I'll bring you in, I'll show you. I'm thinking that this little one, it will fit underneath there better if I put that there. The big one sort of goes a bit close. By the time you screw it, it won't be as close, but I may be able to fit it there. I'll have to have another look because I've sort of forgotten what it looks like inside there. Maybe fit there, but that puts it on an angle. And that's not good for gravity. Gravity always in vibration, always we want to pull the thing down. It'll be half JB weld, half aluminium, so really I should be out mounting at something like this, and then it's a matter of finding a spot until it gets close to there, and then I'd have to put something flat, so I'd have to put JB weld on top of old JB weld, and maybe that's not a good idea no matter how much I rough it up and prep it. I don't know, I've got to figure it out, but it's going to go either there or there. That's nice and flat, but not a lot of room. And if this is, once again, I don't know what I'm doing, but if this thing is popping off regularly because I'm getting more boost, like the pulley system's making more boost than what I want, I'm going to be blowing fuel mixture out of that hole. And this one will go first, that one will go second. So I'd rather see fuel mixture sprayed around here than sprayed around on the other side where the spark plug is, So, call me something, but I'm figuring I'll be safer with a fuel mixture being vaporized and sprayed around here than near a spark plug. I'm going to have like 2 pop-off valves. This one is a controllable one, and I have to find out if 15 is truly 15, because if you look at the tape here, it doesn't line up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 versions of what 15 psi is, so I don't know which one's right, so I need to calibrate it somehow to figure out exactly where it's at. So I need to do that. I have another valve here that I'm going to put in the system, which is just going to be purely a pop-off valve, so I need to adjust that. That's currently 100 psi. So what I've done is I've got 2 blocks, just machine that out. I put a gasket in between. The gasket won't come quite all the way up to the end there. So that gap there is a little bit less than what the gap is on the bike. So if that blows out, then I'll know what's on the bike's not going to work. But anyway, that's all linked. So I'll put the flange glue on there. screw that down. I'll screw this one into here, so that'll give me my I'll be able to adjust that. This, I'll screw that into there, and I'll take the end off the hose there, and I can then, with my tyre pressure gauge, see how close I am. But I don't know if that tyre pressure gauge is correct, so I can calibrate that against, I can blow up a tyre, which I've got plenty of, and this is supposed to be a quality snap-on tyre pressure thing, so I don't know if it's still accurate or not, but I'll go by this. Plus my motorbike tyres read the pressure as well, so between all of them I'll figure out what's about right. I've got a selection of springs, all different tensions, some I cut, and I just fiddled around with it until I go up with a combination that works inside there nicely. So I've got it now, and I'll show you where I'm at. I've got it all set up to the compressor, and what I'll show you, I've got this one popping off at around 20, and this one, when I've got it 50, 40, just down around, just about there, it pops off at 15 psi, going by this gauge, which is the same as my tyre pressure gauge. This is a 20 psi, which is like 1 and a bit bar. Hear that going? Just about going to stop any second now. There you go. It's about the end of it. And it'll just whimper around there for a while, and then it'll just stop. So I've got this one working at about 1 bar, this one working at 15 psi, this one working at about 20 psi. So now it's just a matter of putting them on the bike. So I've had a look at it, and I've come up with a plan. Now, if you look inside there's a hole there, which is, I think I've gotten quite thin, and there was a bit of a casting fault, and I think there's Depcon just on the other side. So I already have a hole there, so I might as well utilise that hole. So this one here, the big one, it's got to be on it could be on an angle like that, which is okay. But I want to put an angle like that so it doesn't fight gravity, and so I have to make a little bit of a slit in there, make that bit flat like that, and clonk that down there. It won't be dead square, but it'll be good enough for this. And this one, this little one, I will probably make something flat and on the back there, and that will be having gravity against it, but it's not that big. It'll have a nice purchase on the bottom there, so I reckon I'll get away with that. So let's have a look. What do we got? It had to be between those two holes. It has to go down, and it has to fit. I think that'll do it. Right, let's see how thick this is. Yeah. So that you could see, I couldn't see, so, ooh. Now I'll measure that. That looks about. There we go, that looks about right. Where is it? It's only, God, I can't even find my hands. Where are my hands? There are my hands. That's probably about right. Oh, I think this is the last size. that is mostly metal, that drill hole there, or all metal that you can see there, and about the right depth for that. So I would say that that was a casting fault that was in there, and didn't really have to drill it there, but anyway, I have now. So I'll tap that, and that'll go in that much, and that should all be good. Now I'm drilling the top one. I'm just going to go with a small drill first. The hole is mostly metal, so I should be able to get something out of it. I'm just screwing this in now. It's just getting firm. No, I don't want to. See, I'll Loctite that. That's as far as I'll go for now. Let's have a look. Yeah, it will screw in a bit more, but then that's taken up a lot of, it will just, I don't screw it anymore until I got Loctite on it. That bit there's good. I might now know that it doesn't come in so far. I might clean that up a little bit with, just so it flows nicer. I know it's messy, but what does it really matter? It's under pressure. So I think that'll do it. Because lighting's a bit of an issue here, it's the middle of winter, remember, so I thought I'd show you what it looks like when it's apart. So that's gonna come down there and hit in that and go down that one if it needs to. That way it's, it flows out. I've taken the edge off there. This one here is barely noticeable, yet coming the other way, it's not barely noticeable, but it's something. That had to be made to fit in there. It's anyway, that's it. Now I'll put it on the bike. Well, I think I'm starting to achieve one aspect of what I'm after, and that is it looks sufficiently complicated. Leave a comment in there. Let me know what you think. What I'm doing, how I can do it better, whatever. Let me know what you're thinking. Bye.